We are going to be refactoring. Oh, we're continuing to refactor the back end. Is this the back end? Yes, it is. So if we come into our main library, so we've refactored create game and join room. Now it's chat's turn. So when we start a chat, we're gonna now go and like push all this complexity over into main state. So first of all, what happens here? So we already have the state. We already have access to the state here. So we're going to start creating the message. Oh yeah, so this one, we're just going to set the outgoing message. We're not going to store these messages in state, which is nice. Okay. So now we have a broadcast. So the only thing it's really doing on state is this, right? I guess like get the Drotic size and then broadcast room. So in here, we're going to want to create a new function, just like chat. And we'll have to have the incoming message. I guess this is like more of an event that we're. Here, an incoming message. We're going to have the address, which is the socket address. We're going to return a result. I don't think we need to return anything with it. So we'll do that. The big thing about this is to set our outgoing message and then send it, like broadcast it to everyone. Which I think all we need to do then is that we get the room code. We have to validate that the room code is correct. I think that's the big thing. We have to validate the room code is correct. So let code, if that's in the incoming message, so if how do I want to do this? I guess we could create our message first. Message, outgoing message, new. This is going to be a chat command. So Drotic size. I don't know if I need to worry about this. Actually, I don't think I need to worry about this. Drotic size, because nobody's drawing with this, so I shouldn't have to set this. Oh, really, the only thing we need to set is like the message. To set message is going to be the incoming message. Now, what are you? You are, oh, an option string. So Do I want to do an error message, like grab that here first? I don't know if I do. Okay, so if we set the message, we need to unwrap this out. So we need to get this message out first. So let's do that. Message. I guess we'd be creating two different outgoing messages depending upon whether or not this is going to be an error. So, basically, if we don't have an incoming message, because this is locked behind an option, so it's an option string. If we do not have a message in here, so what I want to do is if let some message. I guess we could just call this the message equals, and then this is going to be the incoming message. Message. So if we have this, then I'm going to move U2 in here. So let the message equals this. Set the message. You're going to be the message. I don't think there's anything else that we care about in here. Yeah, I think this would be exactly all we need to send up, because like that's all we're doing is we're sending a chat with a message. Okay, so if we do that, now I want to return this, which means if we don't have a message, I want to actually, so this is going to be just returned. So I want a outgoing message, new command chat, but we're going to have a set error. This is a string that we're getting, so our error is going to be message sent. Actually, I guess we don't want to send anything, do we? Yeah. Because this would be broadcast to everyone. So here, I changed my mind again. Okay, so I'm going to create the outgoing message. We're going to do a self broadcast to room. Okay, we have to have the room code. Is that going to be our outgoing or incoming message dot room code? You're okay. We should probably extract that out first. Okay, so we get our room code out. Then we're going to use that room code here. So instead of this, just pass it the room code. Now you just take a reference to the room code. That's fine. Message, you take in a reference to an outgoing message. That's actually just going to be a reference to outgoing message. And we don't even have to do this anymore. Okay, so what are you upset about? Set the message, expected to stir, found a string. Okay. So, okay, this is happy. We should be able to go back to our front end again. Where's my browser? There it is. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Okay, so, what are we doing here? Going to a new thing, localhost. It would have helped if I started the front end. Just a thought. Just a little bit of a, just a tiny bit. Oh, and you don't need to open up over there. Open up in this other browser here. Nope, that was something wrong. What are you running on? Okay, hold on. You're running. Oh, I opened up the wrong repo. That's why. Ah. Not this repo. I wanted this repo. Ah, everything is like, all this morning is like questionable. Oh, apparently I'm tireder than I thought. Tireder? More tired? Chantilly, hello. Okay, it is npm run serve. I know I'm not insane, or crazy, or just like don't know what I'm doing. I just was doing it in the wrong terminal, which is part of not knowing what I'm doing. So that there's that great. Not like paying attention to what I'm doing. The worst case of that I've done in my career is when I was a systems administrator. I accidentally ran a reboot command on a production sort of like centralized server. This was a server that we all used to like SSH into all the other computers and like just basically do stuff. So it's kind of like a staging server that we can like get to everything else from. And rebooting that in the middle of the day was like it's both bad and like not the worst thing that I could have done, but pretty bad. This is when you give up on life and just go back to sleep for the rest of the day. Oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Okay, so there we go. This is what we wanted. So I can have two of these. Nope. You go over there. You stay here. This is why every system should have multiple failovers. You know, the problem with multiple failovers is like eventually we stop paying attention to them. So like one of my managers in when I was a systems administrator, And this was at NASA, and she said humans are like almost always the problem. So whatever we can do to remove the human factor from the thing, that's worth it. Like it could be even a tiny amount. You just removed a huge amount of like potential errors. So like failover has to be an automatic thing, right? Like it has to be something that's not relying upon us hitting the confirm button or like verifying that it's correct, because we're always going to make the wrong, well, not always, but we're going to make a wrong decision at one point in time, and then it's going to suck. 6090. Okay, so here we are in the same room. We can't do that yet. I don't think we've started that, but chat message. Hi. Nope, not yet. How did you explain yourself after rebooting it? I mean, it didn't take very long. It's more like, hey, did somebody reboot that server? I'm like, oh yeah, that was me. Sorry about that. And then we all sort of like figured out what was wrong, and then can you pretend that didn't happen? No. Can't pretend that it didn't happen. Also, there are things called logs. That it would have been pretty quick to find out, like, hey, who logged in from this IP address, which is yours because they're all static, and in the office, and hit the hit the reboot command. Yeah, no, don't do that again. No, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like we weren't doing updates at the time, so like there wasn't like a big like sort of like causing corruption on systems. And we had already as a team sort of gotten used to using a tool called Screen, which is the predecessor to Tmux, to handle disconnects. And that way, if there was a disconnect, it wouldn't matter at all. I think it was mostly annoying because we just stopped getting kind of like message or anything else like that. All right, so this isn't working. We're not getting any chat messages. So I got the game invited, so this didn't send out. So I guess like the big lesson is always admit your mistakes. If I had like it ended up not being a big deal. If I had tried to hide that, it would have become a huge deal, probably resulting in my being fired. Because you don't hide stuff like that. If you do, then you suddenly lose trust in everybody's eyes. Okay, so in our store index, WebSocket message. So we send the command out. Oh, wait, no, we sent the command back. So handle chat. Now, does this come back? So. Okay, so this all restarted. So I can create a game. Okay, so we did not receive anything like this. Perhaps then what we can do is come back up here. And let's go handle, so okay, for this handle WebSocket message, let's actually then, okay, so if we have this message here, trust when you have control over thousands of systems is kind of important, especially when you have root control. Like as systems administrator, you have like the highest level access that you could possibly have. And you're expected to write scripts to control all of these things and have it like work and not destroy the systems that you're working on. But yeah, trust and like I guess like good systems and processes are important. It's also one of the reasons why, like, whenever there was like third-party vendors that like the government was telling us we had to use, we always were really suspicious of, because you know we don't have trust that they're not going to just come in and screw everything up, and the systems that we're working on are really important. Okay, so I want to just console log. Here is the chat. I guess it's not chat message. Here is the event, and this is going to be the event dot data. Oh, here we have message. There it is. Okay, so you're coming up here. Create a room. So we got those coming in. I'm gonna say that. Okay. So this didn't happen. Why it didn't happen? Well, could it be because I'm silly and didn't tell the function to run? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. So I actually don't need this address. I'm not going to send anything back to that person. Although, like, we could totally. Actually, okay, hold on. This is a good idea. Instead of like this fail, what if we do this? If this works, so if there's no room code, we could just broadcast back that there is no room code. So we're gonna let message, and in reality, okay, so it's just gonna be okay. We do that. It's gonna be an outgoing message. Oh, come on. Command is chat. Oh. New. Command chat. And then I want to do set error. And our error here is going to be, this needs to be a string. You're going to be room code missing. Owned. Do that, and then we're going to do a self dot send message to address, address message. That okay, and now here, if it's an else, so this means that there is no message. We're going to do the exact same thing. So error message equals this, and this is in this case. Message is missing. Oh, in this case, you're the error message, and you need to be a reference to the error message too. You're kind of shocked that no one has gone crazy with all the sync code inside an async program. Like here, me. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm still like trying to figure out what I'm doing with this. Let's see. If and else, I don't want. Oh. Then we're gonna bail. I want to send that and then not have to like not send this out. wonder if I can't really do, because like, I guess I can return early. I guess that's what we have to do. Return, okay, like that. Wait, set error. Oh. Did we not update outgoing message for set error? Set error takes in a mute self and an error string. Well, might as well just update this to a stir. Return a self. That. You have to be a string, so we can just to-own you here. And in here, we don't need this. Both of you can sort of remain the same. Tim Nice but Balding, hello. Yeah, it's like if it's not obvious, I still like am new to like the async programming type thing. So I'm not like, I am pretty sure I'm not doing it right, but at the same time, I don't know a better way to doing it. I'm just sort of trying to get it working. I'm sure like over time, just like everything else, I'll improve and get better. Okay, so there's this. Then in the library, so for chat, we're gonna replace all of you with a call to state that handle chat. We have the incoming message and the address. We'll unwrap you and move on. Okay, so now let's try this. So we'll create a game. Okay. We got command chat. Okay, so chat received from server. With a message. Okay. Okay. So I don't need this anymore. Chat server and sync seemed a bit off in your head. I would not be surprised. So send chat message, handle chat. We're gonna commit add chat message, event.chat message. So in here, so in Vuex, unfortunately I can't make this any bigger, so I'm really sorry about that. I wish that I could, because like the Vuex tools are great. So we have the chat messages, which is an array of 0. I'm gonna create a game. Say hi. Oh, look at that. I got null. I got null out of there. Okay, so wrong app. So handle chat. We get this event. Passing it the message. So it really shouldn't it be? Oh, it's not chat message. It's just message. That's what it is. Okay, let's try this again. Create the game. Hi. There it goes. Chat. So if I bring you in, so this is 8421. Yo. We get it. Now, if I somehow don't send anything, that like it still works, but yeah, we're not like there's some like niceties that we can do for like sending the chat message, which I am not going to worry about that right this second. Okay, so back to our backend. Okay, so we have two more. Actually, just one more. Draw card. This seems to be the most complex of them all. Okay, so we're gonna have get the state. So we've already got that out. Okay, so let me outgoing message equals message default. Start creating the message. So let's actually create a handle draw card inside of main state here. Oh. Wait, I already have a handle draw card? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So handle draw card. So I guess we want to start doing this here. So creating our message, I give it the room code. So okay, we need the room code. So right now we're not going to take in this stir anymore. Probably going to take in the incoming message and the address. So we need to get the room code out first. Now I've noticed that like a bunch of these, we're doing the same thing. So we can probably create a private function to like extract room code from message. So this is just going to be a reference to self, and I want a incoming message. You only need to be a reference to it. I don't need to take ownership of it. And we're going to return how do I want to do this? We can return the thing. We wanted to return a room code, but if there's no room code, it's going to be like an option, right? It's like no matter what, we're going to end up with I actually don't know if this is that helpful, because like it's just moving complexity. It's not like actually solving something. So here, handle draw card. So we want to do room code equals some code equals incoming message room code. So now we have this string here, and I would still have to do like an if let sum. If I extracted this out into functions, that's useless to extract out into a function. So if there is, we want to make sure you're not going to return an option. You're going to return a result. That. So if we have an else, I want to return early. But before we return early, we're going to create the outgoing message. So So an outgoing message. We have a command. This is draw card. Set the error, and then our error is going to be room code missing. And then we're going to send this away. Send message to address, reference to the address, reference to message. Okay. Then in here, we're just going to return the room code. There might be some refactoring here that I could do, but I'm not exactly sure how I would want to do that yet, so I'm kind of just going to ignore it for right now. Okay, so then we have our room code. Back to here. So we start message, not going to worry about that. We get a room code. My message set room code. Okay, so we can add that in there. So we definitely can do that. Basically set message equals new. Give a command card. Set the room code, and this is the code. Okay. Okay, so also set the command. We did that. Okay, so if let some draw card, handle the draw card. Then we're going to get pass it the room code and address. We're going to then set the card that was drawn. So here is where that's happening. So we're actually getting this drawn card out of here by, okay, so get the room. They're going to map through that option. If there is a room, then we're going to draw and hand it the address. And that's going to give us a drawn card back. So here, set card. Did we update you yet? No, we did not. So here we can do set a card, and let's actually have this be option. The card inside. And so it'll be a little bit cleaner. So then card is just going to be equal to card. Okay, so set card. So I don't need to do, we can take all of you and throw you in here. And then you're all gone. Okay, so what are you? You need to be an option of a card. You're giving us... Oh, you're giving us an option of a card. Okay, that's cool. So I really want to get the card out. So this is a double. Is it a double option? Because draw itself returns an option like this. Oh, that's what it is. Draw returns an option. So I really only want to do this set card if I need to. Or if there is a card on here. If there is a card to draw. You know, that almost feels like actually going back to this if let, doesn't it? If let some, this would be a card, equals, then we're going to do this entire thing. So it gives us an option of a card, then you move in here. Set card is going to be this card. And then... Why are you... Oh, set card doesn't turn. So at this point in time, you need to be a room code. You need to be a reference to a room code. Then we need to actually respond with this. Oh, right. And so like for everyone else. So this is where broadcast to everyone else comes in. Okay, I think we need to like rewrite this even after this. This is gonna, yeah. Okay, so we have you. We have to tell you what the card is. So this is gonna be a self dot send message address reference to outgoing message like that. And then here in draw card, we want to replace you. I know I'm missing the broadcast to everyone else. I'm going to come back to that in a second. State dot handle draw card. And then we have this incoming message and the address. Okay, so if I create a game and I draw a card, that happens. I now have the ace club. Now you notice that disappears. And I also want you over here. I'm gonna join in 2969. It's like none of that is updating. That's all fine. So what I want to do is broadcast to everyone else. that we're updating. What the we need to update what the card deck size is, and so this is slightly different than, well, maybe not. Let's try this. So if we do like send message to address, and then I want to create another one of these. This seems not great. Outgoing message, draw card without the card. Set the room code. Oh, and then we need to set the deck size. We need to get the deck size. So yeah, we need that next. Actually get access to that. So draw deck size. Okay, you're an option. So perfect. That's gonna be a self dot rooms dot get reference to the room code. Have like unwrap. I don't think we have to have an unwrap. Because if we get rooms, to get rooms is this hash map. Which gives us the room. Wait, where do we get the draw deck size? Let's go find somewhere else. Oh, self dot get draw deck size. That's what it is. Yeah, okay, easier. Just use the things I've already written. Self dot get draw deck size, and then pass it a reference to the room code. That gives us the option, which we're already just passing into there. And then we're good to go. Then I want to, instead of sending this message to address, we want to broadcast to everyone else. Actually, this is broadcast to everyone. Broadcast to room. The room code. What do you care about? You care about the room code. And the outgoing message, which is that. So you need to be cloned. Hey, I just cloned you. You should be fine. Oh, you shouldn't be fine because you're... Yeah, you need to be cloned there too. Okay. This is fairly ugly. So, create game here. Join game here, 4012. Take a card down to 1. Oh, yeah. I was afraid of that. Can't access property value, card is null. So what's happening here is because I'm saying the command for that as the draw card, in the front end here, when we're handling draw card, we're just sort of assuming that we get a card out of here. And I suppose what might make the most sense is like card drawn or like the updated something. I noticed Chantilly mentioned on Discord that a Ferris costume for Zilby would be a present for all of you, not for Zilby. Which is then, in that case, we should do that on, like, I don't know, not Zilby's birthday. So he'll probably not enjoy it too much. Now, so there's a couple choices to handle this. I could just check to see if a card exists. If it does, then we want to add that in. However, the actual best way to do this would be to have a completely different action here. So basically, handle deck, draw deck, updated. So we bring in a commit and the event, and we just commit. Actually, it's not even that. We just move this down here. And then what we want to do is have this handle draw deck updated. I want to do draw deck, I guess, like card drawn. And that's what's happened here. And so that will be fine here. But in order to do this, we don't have a command card drawn. So we have these commands here. I almost would feel that it would be best for us to like switch out to like the events, like actually have an event. So we have the command coming in. Again, like it would be like an incoming command and it would be like an outgoing command, because they're slightly different, right? There's like slightly different connotations for what that means. Now, let's say I were to like just mix them together and did like a card drawn. See, this needs to be able to handle as like incoming message. I don't want to do that. I would rather just do a public in like basically replace you, and we'll have a outgoing event. And so we'll have like a none here that we can handle. And then in this case, it'll be like a card drawn. So self none with that. If I don't change anything here, then the big thing is for our message, incoming message is a command. The outgoing message is actually going to be this outgoing event. Like that. So we actually want this to now be just an event. Okay, so everywhere where we see this here, event, and then here, I want to make sure it's not done all the way up to the top. And this is going to be an outgoing event. Okay, so now we have to fix all of these. So create command. So these are not commands anymore. So wherever we have this, we really need to change you to be a outgoing event. We'll just change you like to be like that. So then the first one, room join room. So that should now be probably like room joined. Because like that's what happened. So we have like room joined. Joined. Now if we change that there, so room joined, front end, this becomes joined here. Okay, we have draw card, and I believe this one was card drawn. That's already been handled here. Okay, so create game. Game created. Okay, so chat. This is a chat message sent. So I guess this could probably be the same here. It just happens to be the same. So chat is gonna be fine. All right, so no more errors. We have some warnings. Broadcast everyone else. We're not using. Okay. So we're never gonna need this command none anymore, because like it's never gonna happen. But okay, so state.handle card draw card. We do this. Is it just gonna work now? What did I miss? I feel like I've missed something big, and yeah, clearly. Expect string as type but found undefined. Okay, so this was in index either 82 or 71. Okay. So index 82 or 71. Okay, so here. In 82 state.command to action. Oh, because this is now an event. So you're the event coming in. Oh, yeah. Don't wanna shadow that. Okay, so create the game. Expect string as the type but found undefined. This is also 71. No, 82. Let's just see what this is. Okay, hit the game. Undefined. Okay, so because message dot event. That's what that is. So there we go. Okay, finally. We have you. We're gonna join you 4249. So I can take that. Oh, I don't get card, but everything else is working. Okay, so the drawing of the card isn't happening. So this was and the card drawn. Oh. So we have two things here, and I think I overwrit on the back end one of them. It's like you drew a card, and then a card was drawn. So like there's two subtle differences here. So in handle draw card, so we get the card out of here, and we want so that there's so draw card and card drawn. So I actually do want to keep those the same. So draw card. So you are going to be the draw card, and then this one is the draw card drawn. Okay. The game. You are 6375. There you go. There we go. Okay. Everything is working. Let's remove some of these console logs. I should probably look in the correct repository for them. So, actually, that was the error. That's the one I want to keep. So I don't want you. I don't need any of you anymore. Or any of you. Okay, so now we only have console.errors. That's fine. Okay, so front end I think is in a good place. Back end is still a little bit rough. So specifically, like handle chat's not that great, but the handle draw card is just a nightmare. Like we haven't done anything to improve this really. So I need to break this out. So first of all, we need to like start actually like thinking about this message and like how to build this up, because like doing this room code is not that great. So the first thing, like I guess like here, let's like, what are we actually doing? We want to like start creating the message, which like this is all has nothing to do with drawing a card. This is more of just updating the outgoing message with the room code. No, we need to get the room code so we can know which room we're in. That's what it is. So this is important for like actually drawing the card. But we're handling this sending the message out over here. Now, where are we using this room code? We're using it to get you. if let some card equals this, outgoing message. Then we have like these two of these happening. Like send message to everyone else. Like what the new draw thing is. This could be a function, and maybe this can be a function. I almost feel like what I previously had with the outgoing message was like better than this. Maybe more of an appropriate builder pattern. Maybe actually like doing a true builder pattern and not just like putting a builder pattern inside of outgoing message would be best, because then I can have it be like a mutable reference and then a build at the end and then maybe a send even. I don't know if I want like the struct. Oh, I don't know if I want to like have a struct around sending and then this is around state, because like this includes like all the clients. But if we have like a messaging system where this is just like the rooms and focus on the game, and this is like another struct focusing on messaging and sending out, that could potentially help us. Let's say I don't worry about this right this second. And I'm gonna add in a note in here to like potentially guess it's not a rewrite. This is a rewrite, not a refactor. So rewrite. So I guess it would be more of like create message struct that holds that handles sending messages. That might be what we do. I'm gonna add that to my list. So I'm not gonna worry about this right now because it's part of that. Now you let some card. I'm gonna grab the card. Okay, so if we have the card out, we're gonna send this out. Yeah, I think like once I do that, this will all be better. So I guess I'll just leave it for right now. It's not the best. Okay, so that refactors the main library, and we don't need this because that's just like a mirror send to everyone else. And I think what this also means is that we can remove command none from here. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And we're not actually, I don't even think we need that anymore. So then in here, we're just going to remove you. And let's clean up. Okay, so not using you. Okay, so we're not doing this broadcast to everyone else, so we can just remove you as code. So set chat message. Right, because it's just really the same thing as setting message. I need that. Neither of these are being used. Okay, so that's that. Then the front end. I think this is all working now. So let's go ahead and try it out. Create the game. 5712. Okay. I can draw a card. You can draw a card. Hi. Hello. Okay. So that refactored and everything is working at this point. So that is refactor the library to match. Okay. What is next then? I think, let's see, fix the styling cards. Okay, let's see if we can do this really fast. What? No, let's make it big. There we go. Okay, so I want to inspect all this stuff. So we have, okay, this is in main. That's you. Okay, see, here's where these cards are. We have this item center, and then where are you? I don't want to like remove this from the layout. But like we have, I think, a column problem. It's like, here's this section, and then we have just a completely different section that I don't want to lose. It's like this section with the hand. So you're flex, and you're also flex. Can I set a height? None of that will help. Like, okay, what if I actually do set a height of like I don't know. And do something weird like that. This seems terrible. And then with this section, I want a height of like okay, this still doesn't help. Like I can set the height to like not include down here, but we still need a width. Because if I mean, I can also position absolute. And if I do that, it gets removed from the DOM. So let's try this again. If I create the room and do that for you, do a position absolute. I mean, it works it. So position absolute in CSS removes it from the flow. So nothing else like considers it anymore. Can I do relative also? No, it has to be an absolute or like a fixed. So absolute works. And we might have to do that. But now it's absolute compared to where the parent is. So it doesn't mean like everything is out. It just means like this specific section that has all the cards in it. So we might end up having problems with this. But if we come in here, so this is the section class hand. So I think this is in room. So section class. Oh, it's probably hand then. Yeah, section class. Huh, where is my class hand? I don't see that. Because that's actually not here. Okay, so room. Oh, here's hand. Okay, so that's it. So section class hand. And then if I do. I mean, so this works. So I can create the game and pull that out like that. So it's, I don't know if this is a good idea. It might in fact be a terrible idea, but that works. So I will, okay, I'm gonna live with that until eventually it comes to bite us in the butt. Hopefully is not literally next stream. Okay, so then the next thing we would want to do is see the cards our fellow players have. So we don't yet have that. We'd have to figure out like how to see what our opponents, like the number of opponents that we have and like who they are. Right now in Vuex, we don't even have a section for opponents. So we'd want a message to come back like, okay, when an opponent drawed, so drawed card or something like that, we probably want like a message like update opponent. Aces all in? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the fact that opponents don't have anything, so we're guaranteed to win. Of course, the deck is kind of stacked. There's literally only 2 aces. Easy all in. The Skur to go in too. Is that why I didn't pull cards off the 2-card deck? Mm-hmm. Focus Mate is addicting? I don't think I've heard of Focus Mate. That. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that in Discord. I have not looked at that yet. You work while a dude stares at you, making sure you work. Okay, that's a thing. I'll have to take a look at this later to see what that is. Just like real work, I try. Yeah, I don't like to do that. I want to be stared at. I don't want to stare at anybody. I'm not a starer. There's a focus app on phones, which I can't, Focus Forest or something like that, where you'll a tree grows over time if you like don't open up any other app, which I thought that's pretty cool. I forget what that's called though. impossible your phone apps are your favorite apps, well, then I guess you're gonna have a bunch of dead trees. So, um, Black Monolith, hello. How do I want to show? I guess in our state, we're gonna have to have. So we have our own hands. We're gonna have to have opponents, and there we could have like name and cards. Was like we don't even have a name, so like we probably need to like start figuring that out too. Black Monolith, this is going to be a deck of cards simulator. So the idea is that we can come in here, create a game, somebody else can join with a code, which I have a code, but I don't have it displayed on the screen yet. And then you can like draw a card, anybody can just draw a card. There's no rules enforced by this game. It's really just like a deck of cards. And so like anybody can draw a card at any time. Everybody else sees that you have cards in your hand. So like in this case, I've taken 2 cards. And so I've got a server with WebSockets that's like saying back, like, here's what you drew, here's what the card is. So the deck is not all gonna be in front end. So you literally can't see what somebody else has, even if you know what you're doing. Okay, so I'm thinking we're probably gonna need to have a name so we can set that up. I think we're gonna have to have a name to associate with us, so that we can have like, okay, you know, this person is, you know, this is Dota, this is Black Monolith, this is Chantilly, and those are who I'm playing with. Have no rules. So what I mean by that is this front end, or this simulation, as it were, doesn't enforce any specific particular game of cards. That's going to be handled by the players themselves. So I'm thinking something similar to like board game. No, not board game simulator. Is it board game simulator? Like something similar, like tabletop simulator. You just go in there and you can have games, you can have a deck of cards, but it doesn't like enforce anything at all. The only thing it does is it allows you to have a place where you can see cards that nobody else can see, and that's it. Like if you want to do anything else, if you want to like say like, hey, we're playing 21 right now, you have to like handle that yourself, like while you're chatting over Zoom or whatever system you're using to like communicate with people. That's what I mean by that, is like the game won't enforce any rules. It's not going to assume any particular game that you're using. Yeah, pretty much. It's basically, this is just providing a deck of cards for you to play around with other people. And that's it. Now it does mean that poker is like isn't an option, because there's no idea of doing a there's no idea of doing like a river or like the shared draw pile. Like that's not something we can do. So that's a pretty huge limitation. The people that I'm making this for, they don't play that game. They usually don't like betting type games. So that's not a problem for right now. Maybe if like people actually like this, then we can like rewrite it to add that functionality in. But I'm trying to get this out as quickly as possible to who requested it, see if it solves their problem. But okay, so for the scene my fellow players have, I need to know their name. I guess like even if I don't know their name, I need to know that they have cards. So I need like basically a players or other players. Um, and then I need to see, I guess, their hand, and then either I'm gonna see like the back of the card or the front of the card and its value. That's all. That's all. So I guess right now, right to begin with, we can just see their value, see what they have, but and then eventually we want to see only the passive. So with that, update. So I want to see the cards that my fellow players have, and probably also like right below that, see the name of the player next to their hand, and then see the backs of the cards of other player cards. I should just move this in here so you can see what I'm doing. Which then means I want to be able to mark a card as publicly visible, and then see publicly visible cards. So I'll like eventually by the end, I want to only see the backs of their cards, and then they can like, click a button above each card to make it visible. And when they do that, I can see that specific card. I think that would be it. And at that point in time, we need to like be able to bring this all together and draw it up. You saw a Twitter post today about an indie game developer making a roguelike dungeon crawler mixed with Tetris. That sounds pretty crazy, but also something that might be kind of fun. I love the ideas of like taking completely separate types of games and then just like mixing them together and like trying to make it work. That seems like such a fun thing to do. I mean, that's what like ended up with Tetris 99 from Nintendo on Switch. I don't know if any of you played that, but like a battle royale Tetris, like is hardcore amazing. You're making yourself a road using Tetris blocks. Oh, interesting. Yeah, those are that. So that's where the new stuff is. Like if we want to be new, like just take things that like you don't think could possibly be mashed together and mash them together and figure it out. And that's how you create stuff that like is new in this day and age. Okay, so then what was I doing? After this, we need to be able to pull the cards back together. So we need to like gather cards back into deck, and we need to like shuffle the cards, shuffle deck, and then we can just restart over again. So I think that'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna save that. That updates that list, which is now like hanging over my face. That's cool. Oh no, okay, it's behind me now. Is it behind me? Oh, it is behind me. Yeah, that's fun. I should find a better place for that. But I haven't like figured out exactly where I want that to go. I've been like eyeing Togglebit setup where he has like he's using Neovim, and so he has just a box in, I think it's like a combination of Neovim and Tmux, and so he has a Tmux window where this just shows up in the top right. And I kind of like the idea of just doing that myself. I don't I don't think that VS Code has the ability for me to like do quite that complex of a setup. So maybe someday. However, what I am gonna do is bring our stream to a close today because it is approaching 8:30. It's time for me to head off to work. I do think that we got our big refactoring done, and we fixed the styling by doing some evilness with CSS, the bare minimum that I could think of doing. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow back at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll be back to start working on seeing the cards my fellow players have. That's going to be like a big thing. Who knows how that's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done all tomorrow, but we're going to try. And let's see. Coming up later this week, I am getting a holiday on Friday and Monday because this weekend is the July 4th Independence Day weekend for the United States. And my company decided to give me Friday off too. Now I can't do like an all morning stream because I have an appointment in town that I have to do at like 10:45, 11 o'clock. So I'm going to have to head out earlier than that, but we can get a couple hours. And Sunday, I'm still thinking of streaming, but I am thinking of this Sunday doing a stream where we talk about I've been mentioning it in like the Discord for a while now. Basically just going through my process of like how I lead the team that I'm leading, and then how I set up a system and like habits and everything else for estimating projects with a pretty good accuracy. Black Monolith, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna wind this down. If you're gonna mix game genres, what genres would I use? I have no idea. And I think like the best ones are gonna be one where you just like maybe throw it all into a hat and like just randomly pick out. It's like, okay, that's what we're gonna do. Because that way we're not getting any biases in there. That might be fun. That could be a game jam. So anyways, that's probably gonna be Sunday, and then that will be the first weekend of July. Zilby's, so if you're not familiar with, Zilby is my cat. Zilby his birthday is coming up in like the second week of July. I'm thinking we can do like a celebration on maybe a Sunday stream because it'll be a little bit longer. Higher chance that Zilby will actually show up for his birthday, and then I'll give him some birthday presents live on stream for that. So probably the second Sunday of July for that. So those are all things that are coming up, but they're not today. Today it's time to head off to work. So once again, thank you all for showing up here. I'm gonna head off over to my ending screen. I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and we'll continue on this project. Thank you once again, and I'll see you all later. Bye.